Searching. Cup, some icy. Nigga, my life.
The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Line gets set, first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Across the 25, he's got room. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Pick up the first down on the ground like that, and it would make Sam Bam Cunningham proud.
All right, I'm going to need a little education. Give me some context on Sam Bam Cunningham.
He was a great, powerful, hard-nosed running back for some of those great Trojan teams of John McKay. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down.
That you got a fast-ass quarterback.
This guy just gives it. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time.
College.
We learn a lot in these types of games. What are the...
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a
How bad?
stand. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drive.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll be honest, that is a formation and a play call I was never expecting to see in this game. This offense is one of the top 10 passing units in the entire country. I'm surprised they even have goal line in their playbook. What are we doing?
Looking downfield at Saunders. He's right on target. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running.
54 block, nigga.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Still running at the 40. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open.
What the fuck?
Nice job between those two.
When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah,
that
it
shit
really
just
shows
froze.
the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season?
It's still freezing.
Now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer.
I'm gonna have to cut
stream.
stream.
Show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
That's a real person.
He'll try to tack on one more. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive.
And they got 34 points in that game.
To deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Finds his man. It's Applewhite. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Trojans.
That fucking speed.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense all year long.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To throw, it's Saunders. Quickly complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
3rd and short now from their own 48. This is a designed run. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Kansas State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Indiana unleashed a furious offensive attack and reminded folks in Bloomington of what things were like when Lee Corso was in charge. An A-plus performance from the Hoosiers. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side.
God damn, I can't keep up with that nigga.
Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, USC.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The offense set for a first down play. The inside handoff. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Oh,
this
fuck.
is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Saunders. Fires to the big fella. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Nice
Unloads
pick.
to the wideout. Complete downfield. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. They'll run it from the gun.
Come on,
they
bitch
bring
ass
him
nigga.
down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, when the offense goes
I can go for it anywhere past the 50, right?
The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked.
Let me see. Fourth and 3 or less, no 4th down. 4th and 3 anywhere, no 4th down rule in the red zone. I got a punt. I show it for the go for that hoe.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Here's the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And
what the fuck?
Racing to the right. He's at the 40. Past the 20. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1.
Fuck out of that issue.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see
didn't
this
score?
guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Clock still running. Almost certainly the last play.
You didn't score?
That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update. just about set to put toe to leather as we are deadlocked here in the third. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Saunders. Gets open down the middle. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Fair catch called for, but there is a flag on the play. We'll have to sort it out. The decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's inside the 10. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And it starts.
And that one will give them the lead.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. To the ground with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27th.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Saunders. Back open in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football.
87, you need to block, bitch ass.
The defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Wants to throw on second down.
Oh,
And that's
my
going to be
God.
incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking downfield, it's Saunders. On target. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. And you just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got...
Touchdown, Wildcats! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last.
Oh, I got it.
A lot of air under it down the sideline.
I clicked on the wrong person.
Catches it on the right. Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Trojan. And
Fuck.
once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense set on first down. They go to the ground. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. Here's the score. USC 28, Kansas State 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Now the toss. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Leaves it with the back. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Wide receiver shows motion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And imagine the defense in this scenario, right? You're up by one possession. You need to get to the quarterback. You've got to affect him. You're going to blitz, or you're going to try to win one-on-one up front. They did it that time, hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Fuck you.
And they're not on the same page there.
Interesting call here for the head coach, too, because you need a touchdown. Now, it's 4th and long. You could kick the field goal and cut into the lead, but it depends on how much you trust your defense right now. They may go for this one, guys.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He looks that one in nicely. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back to their offense.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
He'll pull it on the read. At the 45 on his way. And he's running in the open.
Oh my fucking god.
Touchdown Trojans. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And there's just an example of over-pursuit by the defense. I think they were expecting the pitch man to get the football. They got way too wide. And give the quarterback credit. He read the defense appropriately, put his foot in the ground, got north, and he was gone.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. They're working that left side. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
And in this situation late, when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Feeling some heat. It's caught. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Looking left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
And so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper. Understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
The aerial assault continues. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And
Right,
the ball
fucking
is
Burton.
picked off. Takes it the other way. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, USC. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears. Let's go to the studio.
It was
now.
closer
Check in with
to
Kevin Connors.
I
Kevin,
couldn't
what do you
score
got?
no more.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Central Michigan needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Mount Pleasant behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to the Red Hawks of Miami. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he's going to bring it out. It's great to think you're going to score every time you return.
Breaks tackles and runs
Man,
the wrong.
what a bad decision. He's down at the 6. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. Back to throw, it's Barnett. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. So the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, he'll fire. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And the beatdown has ensued. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with that latest touchdown, he's looking to etch his name alongside the Trojan Immortals at quarterback.
Yeah, and there's so many stars that have played quarterback at USC that when they get the ball and they do their damage, guess what? They win big-time trophies. And this guy, you have days like this, week in and week out, you will be recognized as the best player in college football.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. First down here for the offense. They'll try the run. At the 35, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, the inside give. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He finds his man. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Power football with the run. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Dropping back, it's Saunders. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Kansas State, number 9, with the grab and the score.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. He'll set up to throw. Dumps it to the back. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take it. The defense can stop it a couple of more times. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about